Welcome to Real Life Mentoring, where we explore real life issues to help you make an authentic difference in the world.
Hi, it's Chris and Christina back with Real Life Mentoring Podcast. Today we have Katie Kain. We are going to talk about the role of arts in a person's life. We're going to find out who she is, what the arts mean to her, how you could even get involved. Katie, we're going to let you introduce yourself.
Okay. Yes, I'm Katie. I am from Norman. I went to OU. I actually went to school to be a trauma therapist. That's what I went to school for. I'm married to Nathan. I have 3 children that we adopted about 10 years ago. And I started a program called Center Stage in Norman. It's a theater company for children ages 3 to 18.
So because we're talking about the arts played a big part in your life.
Yes.
How old were you when you first got started?
Oh, gosh. Probably 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that started with a dance class?
Dance.
Okay.
Yes. I got introduced to dance at 5, so I started performing about that time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all through college,
high school.
High school?
Yes. I was a competitive dancer all through high school. So all my nights and weekends were dance rehearsals. I did a lot of musical theater through dance, so that was my favorite style, actually.
Okay.
I also grew up singing and doing choir. We did show choir, and I sang at places like the Oklahoma Opry.
Oh, wow.
So I actually grew up singing, too, singing and doing theater and dance. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What people may not know is you also dealt with Tourette's and OCD.
Yes.
So fill us in a little bit about that. So at the same time you're getting involved in the arts, you're dealing with OCD.
Because those two don't seem to go together, right? I mean, is that fair to say?
Right.
You're on stage.
Right.
And yet you're struggling with these two aspects.
So I remember my mom told me that the first time she saw that I wasn't having tics, these, body movements that are kind of hard to control, was when I was on stage. I had no symptoms when I was on stage. So, and that was the first time that someone had said something like that to me, you actually don't have tics when you're performing.
Did you recognize that?
No. I remember at a young age dancing, you have all the nerves, your first dance recital, but I do remember when something clicked with me and I just thought, I love this. This is so much fun. The stage is magical. I just love everything about this. So there was a moment where it just shifted and I was able to just let go.
Wow.
Because with Tourette's and OCD, you're so fearful and anxious and overthinking everything. But then when I was on stage, I could just be free. So that was,
So it obviously did something for your confidence.
Yes, it did, because I was good at it. I found something that I actually felt like I was really good at, and it was also relief.
Yeah.
Now we can talk more about how that shifted as I got a little older and the pressures built up.
Sure.
Because I do think I pushed up against that, and that was actually harmful. But starting out, I just loved it. I just loved the arts. I loved what it did. I loved the freedom I felt when I was performing. So.
And that you didn't have the symptoms of OCD or Tourette's. You were just
it was the one place in my life where I just was me. And I wasn't me with tics or me with irrational fears. It was just me.
Yeah. Free Katie.
Yeah.
Performing on a stage.
I think an assumption can be made so we're both public speakers and we enjoy it. And yet public speaking is one of the biggest fears a lot of people have.
Right.
So to be on stage, dancing, acting, singing, people can assume, this person's so confident. They do great with being in front of people. But you still may have some fears, correct?
Correct, yes. And I actually when I was younger, I was really afraid to give presentations at school. The more I did the arts, it actually helped me. So today I actually speak a lot in front of people, and it doesn't bother me at all, which I never thought would be possible.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So let's go to when you said, when did that start changing for you?
Yeah, so I would say junior high, maybe beginning of high school, my dance studios and choir and things, the pressures really built up. So it was all about how well you performed.
Okay.
And so I started not loving it as much. The love for the arts really dwindled because of the pressure, and having OCD, that also played a part into it. So
Sure.
I would have, 10 different costumes for dances and costume changes. So I had to make sure I had every piece, and because we would get yelled at if we missed something. If there was something missed, we would get punished.
Yeah.
So having OCD made that worse. This might not have been everyone's experience in my dance studio, but this was mine.
Right.
I remember just being so afraid to go into practice because if I missed a turn sequence or made a mistake, I was working hard and trying my best.
Right.
But if I missed it, I would get yelled at in front of everybody, 40 different kids. Katie, you can't be off on that turn. And I mean, you just really, really getting yelled at. We were also told, like, don't talk to your dance teachers or theater teachers when you're at competition because they're too stressed.
Oh, wow.
And they will yell at you.
Okay.
So I just learned really quickly, like, I just have to deal with it. I just have to try my best and work hard, and hopefully it'll be enough. But it was always this fear of failure, and it actually made me not perform as well because I was so in my head. So the pressures and expectations of putting on a perfect performance made me just not love it anymore.
Right.
Did you ever drop out?
I didn't. I kept going. Looking back, I kind of wish I had taken a step back, but because there was something in my head that I was like, well, I have to do it to have value. You know, it was like all pre-knowing Jesus. And so I was like, really thought that my identity was wrapped up in how well I performed.
Sure.
And so that was a belief system that was really developed. So the love I had for the stage and for theater and for acting really just diminished because I was so under so much pressure and expectation.
Did that then affect the Tourette's and OCD?
Yes, I think that it did because, you know, with OCD, it's never enough. So, like, you can, like, wash your hands. It's never enough times. So I can practice my turn sequence, but it's not going to be, I'm not going to get it. It's never going to be enough. And that's part of OCD is just, it's never going to feel right. You kind of want to do things until they feel right, but they won't.
Yeah.
So anyone who would be in the arts, I would say they want to do well.
Right.
And so they may be stressed as well
Right.
about need to practice and do it again and again. But put OCD on top of that.
Yes.
And it just multiplies, I'm assuming.
Absolutely. Okay. Yes. Because I don't know that everyone in my dance classes and theater classes had the same experience as I did. So, and they may have, but I for sure, it was really hard for me.
So when you graduated high school, that stopped. But now let's fast forward to 10 years ago. And how did you come up with the passion to start Center Stage?
Yes. So like I said, I went to college to be a trauma therapist. And so that's what I thought I would do. I was working at a music preschool in the Norman area when I was in college. And I loved it. Loved it. I mean, they were preschool, so they were tiny.
Yeah.
But I started to remember, like, I love this. I actually do love this. Like, I kind of checked out. Like, that part of my life was done. But then when I got into this, like, part-time job when I was in college, I was like, oh, my gosh, like, teaching kids the joy of music and performing and seeing, like, 2-year-olds come and, like, they're terrified to, you know, be dropped off and they're screaming and then they're singing on the microphones.
Yeah.
And I loved that. I loved what it did for them. And I learned there's a process of, like, building confidence in kids. Like, from 2 to 3 years old, you're coming somewhere for the first time and the moms are crying and they're crying, you know, and then I would always tell the mom, I'm like, give it a few weeks. They're going to be okay. They're going to have fun. And then, you know, they're running in the door and they're having a blast and can't wait to perform. So I saw a process of confidence being built at that preschool.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I had that fire again. Like, oh, I really love this. And I love what it can do for confidence. So I started a after-school program at this preschool. I had a wonderful boss who let me do this because I really wanted to work with a little bit older kids. So once they got done with the music preschool, like kind of giving them an opportunity to keep performing if they wanted to. So we called it American Idol. And then it moved to Superstars. We had a couple of names before we landed on Center Stage.
Was that copyrighted before?
I don't know, probably. So we started that. I started that with my best friend, Rachel, at the time. We just quickly learned that we wanted to have our own space and kind of like branch out to do Center Stage because it was going to be different than the vision of the preschool, which was great. So we ended up starting a program called Center Stage. We had 6 kids, I think we started with.
Wow.
And we were renting a space at a church. I just thought, I want to teach kids the love of the arts. I want to teach them what it can do for their confidence. And that was the thing, is I never wanted it to be about the performance.
Sure.
I don't care about putting on the most professional performance. I care about kids learning who they are. And my definition of confidence just comes from Psalm 139, loving who God created us to be. So it's not like believe in yourself. Like, right. I don't believe in myself that much. Like, if I put my faith in myself, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
So I want people to love, I want kids to love who God made them to be, who God created them to be. So that was always the overarching theme of why I started this program, was to teach kids confidence through the arts, to love who they were, who God made them to be through the arts.
So what was the journey like 10 years ago and now to what it is now?
So starting with 6 kids, we had one class. We put on one little show at the end of the semester. But, we have bills and we're trying to start a business. I did this with my best friend. I remember she was like, should we just call it? It's just a flop. It's not going to work. And I remember God was like, be diligent with the kids you have and I'll make it grow. And so we did. And it kept growing. It started to grow. So quickly, now I think we have 75 kids.
Wow.
So, it was like a daily discipline of just obeying God and branching out and having more classes and things. But we wanted to do things different. I'm not trying to compete with other places in Norman. We are a different thing. Those other places are wonderful too, but what we're providing is an atmosphere where kids can be known and loved and use the arts to do that. So that's kind of our vision. And it's been a lot of up and down and like building a team and even retraining a team members that come from a really professional background because they can tend to want to like nitpick on things, and we are only practice once, like each class practices once a week. We don't have the time to polish and make it perfect. Right. And so even retraining the staff and like developing a team that understands the vision, that we're not all about the performance. Now, I want kids to work hard and try their best. All those things are important. But I just find that if kids feel believed in and safe, they actually perform better. So when there's not a pressure of if I fail, who am I? Yeah. Where's my value? Because we're never going to put our value in that. So we want to teach kids their values in Christ and who God made them to be so they can have fun. They can have fun and act and dance and sing, and it's not going to affect their value as people. So
you said something along the line earlier. You have created a process to help build confidence in children.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Our process involves things like we have an icebreaker question that we do every week. And it's just a funny question to get them to think like, for the little kids, it would be something like, would you rather, slide down a rainbow or jump on a cloud? Just something really fun for the littles.
A theater person would describe it that way.
Yeah. But what that does, and when kids start, they're scared. They don't want to talk to the microphone. They don't want to answer a question. But what I love about our process is that I feel confident that every kid that walks through my doors, our teachers are going to make them feel so safe and so loved, and it's okay to fail, and they're going to make it to the stage at the end of the semester, and they all do. I've never had a kid back out, even the most terrified child. So we'll do something like an icebreaker. We do what we call a break out of your shell activity, and that is just always some kind of fun game. At the beginning of the semester, the kids are frozen. They don't move. They're scared. But it's really fun to see, like, when we just embrace the process and let it, like, have its ride, like, they do it. Yeah. So, like, maybe it might take longer. Some kids, it does take longer. They might have more anxiety, but they'll get there. And so that's been really cool to see.
I think this happens sometimes. People can look at a business like you have, and all you're doing is working with young children.
Yeah.
You're not expecting them to be professional. So what's the big deal? What may be missed is the most important thing to me. You are building a godly confidence inside these kids. Yeah. You're a piece of it. That will impact them down the road in the future. Right. You believe that?
I do. I do believe that's what God has really called me to do. And I think that was a missing piece when I was growing up, is it was just about the performance. But if it's just about the performance, you're not really taking the whole kid into account. And that's what I care about, is the whole child and them learning their identity as creative, because we are all creative, because God is a creator. And so we're all creative. So I also want to help kids find their creativity. And every kid isn't a great singer. So let's have them write. Let's have them do acting or whatever, Another thing about our little kids classes is, when else are they going to get to sing a solo on a stage? I just think that's really special, for confidence, because in other places, it's not going to be that way. Like, you're going to be put in the chorus or be in the big cast, because every kid isn't an outstanding singer that is the lead, and that is okay. There's a place for that. But at Center Stage, our tagline is where every star gets to shine. And I want to give, especially with our younger kids, that opportunity. As they get older, I think it's important for them to understand their strengths and not be in denial, like you're totally tone deaf. Like you shouldn't sing solos. I think it's important for them to be okay with that, you know, and like let's find their other strengths that they're good at, because we're all creative. It just might not all be in this one way.
Right.
So.
Well, I want to talk about the foundation that you started because you don't want finances to be a barrier for any kid.
Right.
But I want to ask you about a specific girl. Tell us
Is
about
it okay
her.
to talk about that? Some stories?
Just we won't share her name, but yeah.
Share her story. I was so moved by her
really
story
powerful.
because I had seen her in performances. And then when she gave her story about how the foundation has helped her, it was so, just so powerful.
It impacted me sitting in the audience.
Yeah. I don't ever turn a child away. I've always had that mentality. It's just I didn't have the finances to back it. So I would do it, but I suffered financially.
Yeah.
So we started the foundation as a branch of a nonprofit so that we could get funding and donors so that every child can come. And we can still put on a great performance, and I can pay my staff well, all those things, but not rely on that tuition from that child if they can't afford it. So at Center Stage, everyone can come. There's no barriers there because of the foundation. So yes, that young girl, she is so sweet. She has a speech impediment. I can't remember the exact thing that she has, but it makes talking hard, which, as you can imagine, like as a 13-year-old, that's really embarrassing. Can be embarrassing because you're dealing with bullying and being made fun of. And so at Center Stage, what I loved is she found a place where she could fit and she could belong and she could sing and she could act. And so I think because our program is deeper than just wanting to put the best person up there, I want the child to have an experience where they encounter confidence, loving who God made them to be. It's been really fun because she's learning lines and she's speaking confidently in the midst of having speech challenges. So that's been really powerful to see her grow in that kind of confidence. So.
Well, by her own testimony, she said the foundation being at Center Stage helped her find her voice and find her identity.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I wrote that down. I was like, oh my goodness, something has happened in that 13-year-old girl.
So fast forward 21, 30, 40, 50 years old. This is foundational.
Right.
I really believe for that young woman and other young children.
Yes.
Tell us more about how people can find the foundation and how they can get involved.
CenterStageFoundation.org is our site, and we have a lot of information. We serve a lot of kids that are underprivileged, that just have different barriers and challenges that would make it hard to get to Center Stage. I want everyone to experience the arts and not have to worry about paying. So you can donate there on that site. We'd love for you to also come check out one of our performances. You can see these kids in action. All that information is on our website as well, where you can buy tickets to our show and just come see like what we're doing and what we're all about. But yes, we welcome donations because that helps us do what we do and love every child and not have to turn any kids away.
I love that. Chris, do you have any?
Well, listeners may be wondering, why are we talking to Katie about children's theater? Well, because you, I believe, are helping children holistically.
Yeah.
And that's what we're about.
Right.
And you're also impacting their parents at the same time.
Yeah. I've gotten to, we really care about the whole family. So we're also starting a blog in the next few weeks. That's going to be a resource for parents. So talking about how theater can help anxiety and things like that. So I really care about working with the whole family and having resources for the whole family. There's also a lot of just really fun, creative ideas and outlets for kids that are battling, first day of school jitters or, any of that. So my heart and passion is really to like give resources to families to help develop their children and walk with them through the different seasons of life that are hard. So
Right. Well, we obviously know you and we go to productions because our daughter Libby works with you, but boy, it's such a joy to be an audience member, just to see the kids, maybe the one who wouldn't in any other organization, but they're just thriving, and it's really, really
fun.
blessing. Yes.
It's supposed to be fun.
And you can tell, it really, they're all having fun.
Because I think that was what changed for me that was sad, is I stopped having fun doing it. And I always tell my staff, if we're not having fun, what are we doing? Like, this should be fun. We're not, we want to be so approachable at our shows. I never want to be that teacher that you can't approach because you're so stressed. That should be the most fun time, and it is for me. Show week is my favorite time of year. It is so fun, and to see what the kids have worked on and like actually see them perform is
Well, it feels
fun.
like a celebration.
It's a celebration, and that's what I wanted to feel like.
Because I see you and the team, somebody does something, a jump, and you guys are, whoa, so-and-so, that was awesome. It is. It's a celebration.
Yeah, because we know how they maybe started and how hard it was for them to do that.
Yeah.
So then we're just like celebrating, like, you did it.
Right.
So
Well, I want to give that information again at centerstagefoundation.org. You can sign up to become a monthly donor. You can give a one-time gift. But that helps Katie and her team really sew in, not just first date jitters or how to speak into a microphone, but really impart Christ-centered identity into them through fun things through the arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anything else, Chris?
This came to my mind because our daughter works with you or works for you.
Yeah.
You are, I believe, excellent in how you treat your staff. And I say that because you're also connecting with them and speaking into their lives.
Yeah.
And
That
so,
is just as important to me as the kids is developing my staff and investing in them and caring about who they are and what they're going through, because ultimately, I mean, even practically, they're going to be better teachers and do better work if they feel cared for and loved. God told me a long time ago, you're never going to regret investing in your staff. So I try to pay them well. I mean, all the things like that I can do to make them feel cherished and cared for and connected, because ultimately we're in it together. So I really wanted it to feel like a family, and I do think it feels that way right now.
Yeah,
so.
that's our impression as well.
yeah, you're impacting us as parents
Yeah.
to a young adult daughter by working for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I want to mention that one more time, centerstagefoundation.org. We would just encourage you to contribute. We know you've got lots of choices out there for listening, so we're just so grateful for you tuning in today. Katie, thank you for giving your time.
Yeah.
I hope today's episode has given you food for thought about the arts. If you have young people in your life and you live in the Norman area, check out Center Stage. If this is helpful, send this episode to a young parent. Maybe expand their horizons a little bit at how they can help develop their child. So as always, thank you for listening to the Real Life Mentoring Podcast.